This is Antec attack number 19. This is game 3 of a best of 3 between EmpireKas and AiCytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the purple Zerg in the bottom left position. Kas is the red Terran in the top right. I'm SC2 England and my amazing co-caster is Pewee.
Hey guys.
So, for anyone watching on VODs who's a bit confused, this is game 3. Game 1 and 2 will have been cast by me on my own because we were casting Happy versus Lalash in the other semi-final of this tournament, and then that finished quickly. Game 3 hadn't finished yet for Cytoplasm and Kas, so we jumped straight in it just to cast Game 3 together, didn't we, Pew? It was awesome.
We certainly did.
And then this is actually the second attempt at Game 3 because Kas dropped. His internet lagged out, so hopefully we'll get a bit further than 3 minutes this time.
Kas actually put his depot in a different place, which I know that seems small, but it just shows you like how brilliant players everyone is, because obviously he drops the depot as soon as he gets 100, and obviously he drops it as soon as he gets the 100, so he built by there as opposed to by here in the last game.
Which isn't a huge difference. I reckon both players will go for similar builds. What would be interesting to see is if Cytoplasm drone scouts again. That
is true, actually, and if he takes the gas.
Which, of course, is a good move. Taking gas stealing Zerg is brilliant. It's basically free to do. It takes 2 Marines to pick it off, and if they don't send Marines, well, you know a push is coming. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And actually, the drone is moving out now, and it's around the same time as well. The hatchery gets thrown down. But also, this is something I wanted to mention, which you will probably find out when you record the other replays. Like, he might be doing this because last game maybe he had a 2-rax against him or something. Exactly. So he just wants to scout and make sure it's not coming, something like that.
We have no clue what happened.
No.
Which is kind of fun, actually.
It is. There's like this little mental game between these two players that we don't entirely understand.
The other important thing to note is obviously this is game 3 of a semi-final, so whoever wins this game goes through to the final, which means they get guaranteed €75 because second place is €75 and first place is 125. So definitely both players want to win this because they're playing for money now.
He takes the gas, which I don't know. Like if you guys just tuned in, pretty much Happy and Kas, we've casted them we casted like the last 5 games by these two players, and each time they went like a 1-rax into an expansion into a double gas every time they've taken a double gas at once. So this really limits the choices from Kas. Like for example, his reactor Hellion opening, if he goes for that, it's going to be massively delayed.
Yeah, his most popular build is that command center, Rax command center, double gas, reactor Hellions.
Yeah.
Which he won't be able to do quite as quickly now, because obviously he's had that second gas delayed. Meanwhile, Cytoplasm, he's looking pretty happy. He's got gas up quite early.
Poor Cytoplasm, do you see that?
No, I missed it. Did the drone die?
No, it did.
Oh.
The Marine was on the high ground as well, so he run past the Marine as he left the ramp, and obviously the Marine picked it up. So if he had went for like the SCV building the command center, he would have been fine.
Now this is interesting from Cytoplasm. He's queuing up a lot of Zerglings here. He's got speed on the way. It looks like he's going to go and try and do some damage, and that bunker in a very defensive position, but not many Marines out at the moment. Marine production is going to stop at 4. This is Cytoplasm is going to try and end this, and it could work really well.
And it's also important to know as well, because he took the gas, he delayed the gas. That means obviously reactor Hellions are going to be later, which means he has a bigger timing to all in and be more effective.
And now he is just completely flooding Zerglings now. So essentially, if Cytoplasm doesn't win with this or deal huge amounts of damage, he's going to lose.
Yeah, we still have to wait a few bits. Speedlings is still 40 seconds in production. Banelings are 10 seconds away from being available, and then of course there's a 20-second morph time on the Banelings.
Meanwhile, the reactor has just finished now, so the factory will land. The Hellions will come out. There's only 3 Marines on the field at the moment, as far as I can see.
Look how close Kas's Marine is.
Can Kas see that?
No, he can't. I'm in his vision now.
No. Oh, that's so close. But he's going to see these Zerglings, and if he moves that forward, but I don't think he will. The Zerglings are going to go, and this is going to be a big engagement. And the Zerglings get the surround on the bunker. That is huge. The SCVs can't get into repair. The Baning detonations go off. They're going straight for that wall off, and don't manage to take it out quite. God. That's going to be so close. If it can go down, it does, and that is a big loss there for Kas. All of those SCVs are going to get taken out pretty quickly.
A lovely surround on the SCVs. The Hellions have been targeted. They're actually on a Q move as well to take out the Hellions because some Banelan's more fun. And it looks like Kaz is going to lose this. Like, this is in a really tough spot.
Yep, he's already lost, well,
19
SCVs. That puts him down to 11 to 16 Harvesters, so it's
got
not
3 more
that
Banes.
big there, but these Banelings are going off everywhere, but they do get picked off, which was a lovely little move there. And now Cass is really just having to micro his heart out.
He is.
And
He is still producing SCVs where AiCytoplasm is still producing Zerglings, but the hole in the wall is still there, so he's able to run them in no problem.
But as these Hellion numbers keep increasing, it's going to become harder and harder for AiCytoplasm because he needs the Banelings, and essentially Cass can kite these Zerglings essentially all day.
Yeah. They will become less cost efficient as the Hellion numbers improve.
Once these 2 additional Hellions come out and we get up to 6, it's going to be bad times for AiCytoplasm.
And Kaz actually has 700, 800 gas bank now.
I know he needs to pull some of the SCVs out of gas now.
Yeah.
Move them straight back to minerals, but we've got some run-bys going on.
He still hasn't walled off.
No, he hasn't, but Cytoplasm has now switched to drone production, and I can't help but feel he should have done that earlier. He did a lot of damage, and if he just switched to drones after that first wave, if it hadn't have been successful or anything else, he could have taken the economic lead so quickly.
That is very true, because of course, even though he just killed 19 SCVs, Lalash only had 15 SCVs for that attack, 15 drones, so
you mean
his economy... Yeah, what did I say?
You said Lalash.
That's from last game. So Cytoplasm's economy is pretty low, and then of course, like, there's not many harvesters difference between them.
It's now 19 to 22 in favour of Cytoplasm, but once you take mules into account,
that puts Kaz way ahead. Like, it's nearly double. He's actually he did pull his guys out of gas, like we said. He does have 700 gas in the bank, so he's okay for a little while.
And it looks like Cass now going for Hellion Marauder, which is a really good choice.
It is, and we actually have 7 roaches in production. Of course, Stim is far away.
Very far away. But obviously with the Marauders, Hellion Marauder will be able to defend this army, but Cytoplasm, I can't help but feel this is a strange move by him. But there's some Hellions coming into his natural, and they will manage to roast a couple of drones.
Yep, they run straight by the Queen. Oh.
But the roaches are out now and we'll pick it off. But still, that was 5 worker kills there. If we take a look, that now puts Cass well ahead in the worker count.
Yeah, and that's amazing. Like, I called Cass as dead, so I'm impressed with that. And of course,
the double bunk coming down from Cass, sorry to interrupt you there, but that's really significant.
That is. I was about to say, of course, when he lost those Hellions in the natural, he did see the roaches, which is very important. The bunker, one bunker finishes the 2nd and 3rd, and now in production he does have Marauders, which is vital.
Yep, the 3rd bunker about to come up. He's building some supply depots as well, just in front of the bunkers to try and gain some more space. A lot of Banelings in production though there for Cytoplasm for you.
A nice 12 Banelings, but there aren't many Zerglings just to buffer and stuff like that.
I mean, you may have all of those Banelings, but they're not going to be able to take out all 3 of the bunkers.
Oh, wait, he stopped making the Banelings.
Ooh, so Cass he's not going to go for this now. He's going to have to pull back. He can't take out this wall off, especially those 2 supply depots there. The Banelings won't get enough area.
Which is very smart by Cytoplasm to cancel the Banelings, in my opinion.
I agree, and I think it's also a big tell between a good player and a great player, is knowing when to commit and when to basically run away.
Yeah, that is very true. We still have a lot of Hellions, though, on the map.
Cytoplasm's taking his 3rd base, though. So he's trying to get back more into the flow, but it is 35 to 25 workers in Cass's favour.
And then of course you have to add in the meals.
Yep.
And if anyone doesn't know, a single meal counts as about 5 harvesters. So it's really like 47 to 33, which is massive. And they're equal on bases, so the saturation is even between them both.
Exactly.
Which really puts Cass ahead.
Cass is in a nice spot, and the supply count is starting to show that. He's getting that +1 infantry weapons. He's getting 2 more barracks adding on to this. He's got his factory out. He's got a reactor on the starport, so he can start medevac production, and he's also taking his 3rd base. So Cass is in a happy place, salvaging one of those bunkers, and a 2nd one as well. So
yeah, and his 3rd command center is in production.
Meanwhile, Lair only just about to finish
Oh,
Cytoplasm
that's
at the
late.
moment. At basically 14 minutes, he's getting his lair up.
Oh, that's so late.
And what you've got to remember is Cass, he's already on tier 2. He's got his
Yeah.
medevacs coming out. He's got that factory there, so he can happily drop a tech lab onto that to get tanks whenever he wants.
Yeah, and Kaz is, like I said earlier, he was dead, but Kaz is in a solid spot. He's 17 supply over his opponent, which, when you look at TvZ, the Zerg should always be ahead in supply because his units are cheaper and he can, like, max out faster. So that really says a lot. Like,
Exactly.
and he's got roaches for that supply already. Like, so let's have a look at the army cost. So it's not, they don't have much gas involved yet, but there's a lot more minerals for Kaz.
Well, he's got like heavy heli and marine, which
Yeah.
is only minerals, but he's pushing out now, which is brilliant because it means he can get his third base up securely. And to be honest, Cytoplasm doesn't have enough to deal with this. He's gone for the Spire as well,
Yep.
and I feel that's a terrible decision, in
Yeah.
all honesty, because it takes so long to build, and especially before you get the critical mass, he's not got his 5th and 6th gas, he's low on workers, he just can't support it, in my opinion.
No. And this is a really quite a chunky force here from Kaz, and
The Banelings
Lol.
don't have speed done quite yet, so they're not going to be able to get as good an engagement as they want, and Cass is just kiting all of this army so well. Needs to be careful not to bunch up though, because otherwise there'll
No.
be some huge Baneling hits for you.
oh yes, this is so close. He's taking a lot of damage. The speed does finish,
And
and
there's a couple of big
Cytoplasm-
Baneling hits go down, and the Banelings do have speed, and this is going to be close. They go down some more, and it looks like Cytoplasm is going to be able to hold. That is
Just
huge,
about.
but a great pickup there. Oh, Cass, that was awesome.
And then he drops the marine and picks off the last Bane.
That was brilliant. Oh, I don't actually know who came off worse though. Actually, look at the resources
say-
lost tab. It's basically identical.
I
That is
would
so
say
close.
Kaz is ahead.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
the
he
supplies
is.
are still 26. But yeah, I know. I feel like the engagement came better for Kaz because he lost a lot of mineral units for a lot of gas units, so it trades much better for him.
Exactly. And we will actually see that after that Overlord was picked up, Cytoplasm is supply blocked.
Here's 4 in production now. We have a little single drop with 4 marines and a
But that'll get cleaned up. There's 10 mutas just popping.
Yeah.
So, but having said that, look at this force coming out for Cass.
Yeah, that's what I was. I checked that earlier.
Yeah, the ominous 2 tank, 2 medevac, many marine push.
And of course, Kaz does see the marines now with this drop into the main as well, so that gives him a little heads up. He's got 2 tanks and a lot of marines. What's that? That's 31 marines.
I mean, the 2 tank push is a really nice timing. All Terra
Yeah.
players should utilise it. Against Zerg, really 2 tanks work. You don't essentially need too many more than that. Obviously more are better, but 2's the real critical mass. A bit like 4 Colossi for Protoss.
Dude gets taken down instantly. Like, Cytoplasm didn't even fight there. He had his mutas and he turned them around, and then I guess he realised that his force was just much, much smaller, and then he went for the 3rd, but got shut down there as well.
See, I'm still of the opinion that what Cass should do now is move back, defend against these mutas, which he knows are out and have been heavily committed to, secure a 4th base, and just push out with some more tanks. Because I feel if he engages now, he's risking losing that army. It's a strong army, but he's given Cytoplasm so long, he's getting those Banelings up, he can deal with it, and Cass is going
Yeah.
to pull back, which is definitely the right decision.
It's definitely the safer option. Just because, like, even though this army would have a good trade or whatever, if it gets taken out, it's a bit risky. And of course, if it goes home, it's safe, and they can come up with just a bigger army and finish the game there. Whereas if this gets taken out, he has to play for like 5-10 minutes longer.
Exactly. It's not only that, but he's killed Cytoplasm's 3rd, so Cytoplasm's
Yeah.
hurting in the economy. But you've got to remember, it's the equivalent of Cytoplasm taking out EmpireKas' base, as well as like 2 racks and a factory, because of the lost production of missing a hatchery. We also see
Yeah.
Cass is taking down his 4th base as well now, floating it down. Rather, he has already got it produced, so
He won't be able to land straight away because there is creep, but
that'll clear out pretty damn quick
yeah.
from where it
And
is.
he will turn that into an orbed
A planetary.
planetary.
Now it looks like Cytoplasm's trying to bait Cass into sieging up early, but there is a drop coming down to the natural base and there's nothing there to defend it for Cytoplasm.
Ooh, just 2 greens. This is a marine drop with one marauder.
And that one marauder can soak up a lot of damage, and it looks like quite a lot of drones are going to get picked off there. The drop is cleaned up though, but it's allowing Cas to move forward and get a good siege position and contain. But we will see Cytoplasm moving down now with all the banelings. Tanks aren't sieged, and that could cost Cas a lot.
That was actually fairly good to get off those tanks, but there's still so many marines. Some really sick fungals still get thrown down.
Yeah, the fungals were perfect, but too many banelings went off on the tanks.
Yeah. And he has 2 fungals left, and these marines are quite hurt. There's a lot of energy in the medevac, but obviously they can only heal 1 at a time. And the 3rd is finished from Cytoplasm, so... Oh, and I didn't even notice his fault. That will more than likely get cancelled, yeah.
It did. Nearly instantly, but you will see only just now a drone's getting transferred to this 3rd base of Cytoplasm, whereas Cas has already got SCVs at his 4th. He's now looking a great spot. He's got his marines spread out nicely, 3 Thors joining into the mix, and to be honest, the banelings are getting some good hits because of the fungal growths, but the Thors are there.
Yeah, now that the Thors have joined the battle, this is going to be so hard for Cytoplasm.
I mean, Cytoplasm would need to get a lot of roaches to deal with Thors, and he just can't. But there's the GG. So we're going to have an Empire v Empire final.